I'm Dr. Steve Shiel, Scientific Director at P&G Beauty and Grooming, and one of my main jobs is to help explain the science and technology that we have on all of our brands. As a scientist, modelling is something very different to the sort of thing you see on the catwalk. For me, a model is a way of representing and predicting reality. A model really takes the results of many different experiments, and it tries to find the connections and patterns in those results so that we can really predict what's going to happen in the future. Well, we can turn a model into a supermodel, and much of this is based on increased computing power. And what this means is that we can now deal with much more data. We can generate, we can manipulate and store huge amounts of data. And it's when we put a lot of data from different sources together that we can create what I will call a supermodel. I think supermodeling is really going to change the face of the beauty industry, and there are going to be a number of specific things I think we'll see. The first thing I think we'll see is superior targeting of ingredients, with ingredients being able to deliver targeted benefits more effectively than ever before, so higher levels of selectivity. The second thing I think we're going to see is increased levels of efficacy, so products which are more targeted will also work more effectively than ever before. We're also going to see faster innovation, so we'll get these new technologies out to you quicker than before, and more sustainable innovation too, which is really important in today's world. And then the final thing I think we're going to see is a change in the whole shopping environment. So the number of products, the type of products, the forms of products available are going to change. But we'll also see new diagnostic tools which can use our own personal data to ensure that we get the right products that really work with our unique beauty metabolism. Where I think that P&G really differs is in our total holistic approach to modelling. And this really means modelling everything, from the very microscopic level to modelling where we can understand how products work, which we call prototype modelling. And then even further out, modelling that we can do to understand why we look the way that we do and why we behave and perceive beauty like we do. At P&G, we're using all of these different modelling approaches to get better products. A great example is with molecular modelling, which is all about designing ingredients which truly deliver a targeted benefit. On Pantene, for example, we've used techniques used by NASA and also medical imaging to ensure that we understand hair in a way that we've never done before. This has allowed us to develop a designer molecule which delivers perfect, targeted benefits for different types of hair. If we look at systems modelling, which is all about understanding our biological processes, again here P&G has been leading this field. Recently we've done work to understand the processes that take place in our body which lead to skin tone unevenness. We did a study with women who had skin tones of evenness and unevenness, and found, with the University of Cincinnati, that only 7% of the genes that change in uneven skin are down to pigment formation. So we've used this information to develop new technologies on Olay White Radiance, which encompass all of these different biological changes. When it comes to prototype modelling, we're using this in two different ways. The first way is to help us develop prototypes more quickly, so we can put them into people's hands and they can start to use them. So a great example is with our razor technology on Gillette and on Venus. Here we can use 3D printing techniques which allow us to go from a computer design to a physical razor that I can put into someone's hands literally in a matter of hours, and that's completely sped up the process. Another way that we're using prototype modelling is on Head and Shoulders to develop the ProClean technology. This has been done by using a prediction profiler tool, which is really a computer model capable of predicting the performance of hundreds of thousands of different prototypes. But we don't need to make them. The computer can do the testing for us. And this really speeds up the pace of innovation. The next area is in the area of optical modelling. We're using this to understand why hair and skin look the way that they do. Our work on skin has led us to really understand how light interacts with skin, which results in the skin's appearance. And we have technologies on SK2, for example, which uses information to make skin look radiant and at its best. Behavioural modelling is a very interesting area for us because it allows us to understand why people perceive beauty in the way that they do. Recent work we've been doing together with the expert Nancy Etkoff, who is a leading expert in beauty psychology, is helping us unlock the role that cosmetics and hair colour play in overall perception. This is really going to help us ensure that we can deliver products that women can use not only to look the way that they want, but to have the perception and appearance of who they want to be. And this, I think, is a very exciting area that we're only just starting to untap.